settlements illegally occupying either government or private land. This resulted from over 100 years of Jamaicans moving from country to town in search of a better opportunity, but without adequate settlement and infrastructure programs. In 1994, the government of the day sought to deal with this problem with Operation Pride. Hundreds of millions of dollars of Jamaican taxpayers' money was invested in this program to regularize the squatting problem. Operation Pride did not achieve its objective to the fullest extent. Why? Numerous irregularities identified by the Auditor General, the Contractor General, as well as a special task force, irregularities centered around political interference in the award of beneficiaries, in the payment of contracts, which ensured that hundreds of millions of dollars were lost without us Jamaican people getting value for money and sorting out the squatter problem.
I came home from my studies in 1994, May of 1994, heard about this grand announcement by the government of Jamaica to deal with a comprehensive land policy that would alleviate squatter. I'm not sure if you really want to talk to me about Operation Pride, because I was a beneficiary as a young professional, and I watched firsthand something that started off as a good idea turning into a corrupt project. It was something that was supposed to provide a housing solution. In fact, the model was that beneficiaries were also to be part of the equity, the sweat equity. So whomever had skills, you would put your skills to play in creating the communities.
They came in and said we could join this thing and throw money in a tally book. So it's like we go and throw it by the NCB Bank, which used to open in front of the Shell station there in Ligani.
The project was estimated at around $7 billion, and it should have ran from 1994 to 2007. In 2012, I have heard people saying, I still haven't gotten title. I have paid for the lot that was given to me under Operation Pride, and I still don't know what is happening. I see so many of the Operation Pride sites where the infrastructure work is incomplete. A crying shame.
All right, for Operation Pride, I see a lot of people get help. Seriously. But it's like friend of friends. When I use friends of friends, I use it like this. If you're in a certain community that generates a lot of vote, then that community will get a little help. When we use a little help, like say Rockford community, Pleasant Heights, and them places, because of the strong ties within the political, not here if GLP or PMP, they will say, all right, then we are push out things to help them people there, to have them own house. You understand me? And everybody Operation Pride help. It's not everybody Operation Pride help.
There was a lot of interference politically, because I witnessed firsthand in some cases procedural irregularities. If you're part of a project and you have the minister assisting, because when this is government driven and you're looking to who is at the helm of it for assistance, and then you realize sooner than later that even as you seek to build communities through these Operation Pride, you're building a nation. Part of what went wrong with Operation Pride, there were a lot of informal contracts. So what is the scope of the work to be done? Who knows? At what cost it is to be done? Who knows? As long as at the end of the day, some of the workers in my constituency or some of the people who support me politically are given the work.
Many things went wrong, and a lot of Jamaican money government money has gone down the drain. We actually have one case in court for overpayments, and there are several others that if the evidence could be put together, should go to court. The fact is that in many cases, the money does seem to have gone into a deep dark hole.
There is this expectation that once government work is available, it's going to be time for the supporters of the political party to get work with no reference to their competence, and especially in buildings. Every man is a builder. What is the standard at which they're building? Who knows? Road work, everybody can do it. Talking about the infrastructure side now of a project like Operation Pride, where roads have to be put in, water pipes have to be laid, whatever, the full works. And so many people, I have seen people on sites who have no competence, really no competence, doing technical work.
People are moving out of the area largely because of crime and violence, but importantly, because of the lag time in terms of infrastructure, road, water and light.
Has enough been done? Of course not, because we're still suffering from a project that meant well but has gone wrong. And what is even worse for me is that we do not learn the lessons. And so you have other projects coming on and you see the same things being done. And the cost gets greater and greater. Corruption, development, or democracy, there is a link. If you are tasked with the responsibility of doing something, you must be held accountable for it. And if that accountability includes, at the end of the day, a prosecution, then by all means.
Consequences of the corruption related to Operation Pride are the continuation and expansion of island-wide squatting, the facilitation of criminal enclaves, the frustration of inner-city residents, and the hundreds of millions of dollars lost that should have gone to solving the housing crisis.
Operation Pride lost Jamaican taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars and failed to impact the squatter settlement issue as much as it could have. This harkened back to the late 1960s with the World Bank education loan, where once again numerous irregularities, at the heart of which was political interference, impacted Jamaican taxpayers not getting value for money. This time, sanctions did apply. The minister resigned, the permanent secretary resigned, and 13 persons were indicted.